In a presentation to the Central Florida Christian Chamber of Commerce, Jacquelyn Lynn shares ways you can support your favorite author.
Here's what I wanted to talk about today. We do have a lot of authors in the chamber, and I know that you all know a lot of authors. And, you know, Barbara showed her books, and people often think that if you've got a book out there, that you're making a ton of money off of it, you're selling loads of copies, you know, but I'm telling you, no. Most even full-time authors or part-time authors, they make less than $10,000 a year on their books, and they spend a lot of money doing the production and promotion and all of the work involved in it. So authors need support. They need your help. And you can do a lot of things for the authors that you know and care about, and even the authors that you happen to read, the author of the Bible study that you did last month, that kind of thing. Give these people a little love, and I'm going to tell you very, very specifically how to do it. The first way, buy their book. I mean, buy the book. Folks, you go into Starbucks and you spend anywhere from $5 to I don't know how much money, dollars, more. I don't go to Starbucks, they burn their coffee. But and that cup of coffee takes a barista a couple of minutes to make, and you take 10 minutes to drink it, and it's gone and that money's gone. Okay, take 2 of those cups of coffee and go buy the book, and it will last you forever. You'll have the knowledge, and you will have supported your favorite author. Now, when you do buy the book, if you know the author, ask them, where would you like me to make this purchase? Because it matters. Are they working on building their Amazon profile? Do they need those sales on Amazon? Would they prefer that you go to a local bookstore and say, hey, order this book and get it in your inventory. If you'll order it and get it here, I'll buy it. That's very valuable to an author. Some authors have inventories of books that they need to, they've bought, they've paid for, they need to sell. So ask them, would you rather I get it from you, get it from a store? So buy their book, ask them where's the best place to get it. If that's not convenient, just, go to the bookstore, go on Amazon. If you don't like Amazon, I know a lot of people have a thing about Jeff Bezos. I don't care that he is so wealthy, because he has created a platform that is amazing for authors and business people to sell their products. And I think we should be grateful for that. So again, buy the book. The next step, once you've got the book, review it. Post a review anywhere and everywhere. Go on it. Now, if you didn't buy the book on Amazon, go back on Amazon and leave the review there. You can do that. It's okay to leave a review on Amazon for something you did not buy on Amazon. And you don't have to specifically say you didn't buy it on Amazon. Just leave the review. Make it an honest review. When you are reviewing on Amazon specifically, you don't need to say you're personal friends with the author. That kind of bumps the Amazon algorithms because they think you're gaming the system. Make it honest, but don't
that transparent.
Objective.
Yeah. And kind of be aware of Amazon's review policies, one of which, because we do have a lot of authors, don't review swap. If somebody has already reviewed your book, don't go review their book directly from your Amazon account. Encourage somebody else. I mean, if your kid's got an Amazon account, if your spouse has an Amazon account, do it from that account, because Amazon looks at review swapping as trying to game their system. They don't like it. Their algorithms pick it up. So again, be ethical with your reviews. On Amazon in particular, don't review swap. Remember that you can also leave reviews on Goodreads. If you have a Goodreads account, you can go on Barnes & Noble. All of the online sales platforms, you can go on and leave reviews, and all of these mean so much to the authors because the algorithms pick up on that and they say, people are liking this book, we're going to promote it. We're going to start showing it to more people because the online sales platforms want to sell more books. That's what they're there for. If you have a website or a blog where it would be appropriate, put your review on your own website. I do this on our website a lot. I review books that I think are appropriate for our audience. If they're business books, or spiritual growth books, because that's what our business is all about. Your reviews do not have to be literary masterpieces. If you're sitting there saying, but I'm not a writer, just stop and think, if I were recommending this book to a friend, what would I say? And then write that down. And if it's even easier, record it into your phone and transcribe it, and then tweak it a little bit and post it. Again, doesn't have to be a literary masterpiece. Just tell somebody what you liked about the book. If it's a novel, don't spoil it. Don't tell them how it ended. Okay. And if you do leave a review on your website, please send the link to the author so they know it. Number one, it's an ego boost. We love getting that kind of stuff. And I tell you, if you put a notice about my book on your website, I am going to push that link out on every social media channel I have because I'm proud of it. So it's going to get you some extra visibility. I mean, there's something in it for you to do this. Along about this, tell others about the book. When you're in conversation and something comes up, tell them, I read this great book. This book might be able to help you. I'm giving this book as a Christmas gift. There's just all kinds of ways that you can bring a book into a conversation. So if a book meant a lot to you, again, or if it's an author who's working hard to promote their book, help them out by telling other people about their book. Now, follow the author on social media and share and engage with their post. Yes, it is important just to click on follow or friend them if you're on Facebook, connect with them on LinkedIn, but also make a little bit of time to read their posts, like, comment, share. That is, again, that boosts up their visibility in the systems, and it increases the visibility of their book and their work and who they are. Subscribe to the author's email list. This is also so important, and it's important for any business to have a good, solid email list of people who are customers, potential customers, people that they want to stay in touch with. I've talked to a lot of people who, I have, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 followers on Facebook. I'm good. I don't need an email list. Oh, yes, you do. And some of you may have seen the post I made about this a few days ago. I had a birthday last week. Thank you. Thank you. But I was going through the birthday wishes on Facebook, and I was going through them one at a time, clicking on like, because I think if somebody took the time to send me a birthday wish, I should take the time to acknowledge it in that simple way. and Facebook locked me out of commenting because they said I was liking too many posts and therefore I must be spamming. And it was a couple of days before I could like and post again. So, and you can do things on social media and get your account taken down, and if that happens, you cannot reach those people. So building an email list is an absolute essential thing to do for your overall marketing. Subscribing to your favorite author's email list, they love it. I mean, it's a way for them to let you know what's going on in there when they have new books, when they have special promotions, when they're just sharing things that are going on. So again, subscribe to your author's email list. And you don't have to open every email they send you. That's all right. We send out a weekly email on Saturday morning. We call it Shareable Saturday. It has a scripture, an inspirational quote, and then if you scroll far enough down, you'll get a link or two to either one of our books or an article that we think is of interest. Takes a minute, 2 minutes to read, or longer if you want to stay on it longer, and we'd love for you to subscribe to that. Again, connecting with your authors that way is so valuable, both for you building your relationship with them and for them so that they can manage their audience. Back to Amazon, follow the author's Amazon Author Central page. And the way to do that is when you pull up one of the author's books, if their name will have a hyperlink. Click on that, and that takes you to their Author Central page, which has information about them. And if you click somewhere on there, it will tell you how to follow them. And then when they have a new book available, you will get an email directly from Amazon. Okay, ask your local library to stock the book. Libraries want to stock the books that local people want to read. And I know some people will think, well, gee, if the library buys the book, then people can go in and check out the book and read it for free. Yes, but libraries very rarely buy only one copy. They'll buy 10 or 20 or more, depending. And those books don't last long. So they have to, if they're being checked out and they're popular, they're going to be replaced. So authors, one, they get sales when a library stocks their book. They get exposed to people. Libraries do have ebooks too. So if there's an ebook version, the library can get that. Now, sometimes you have to go into the library, but you can check your library's website. I haven't looked at it in a while, but I know the Seminole County Library has a link where I recommend that you get this book. They may or may not, yes?
Just an update, where a lot of the libraries have something that they are associated with, which is called Hoopla, which is also the ebook or
Right.
the audiobook on there, if you don't have an Amazon account for Audible or anything like that.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry to interrupt too.
Oh, no,
but
go
you're
ahead.
saying stuff I've never heard of before, which is great. I just have one question regarding the library. Does it help if we donate? Like if we buy and donate to the library, will they more likely carry it then, or is it better when they buy it?
It's better when they buy it, but before you buy a book to give to them, ask them if they'll take it. They have acquisition processes, and just because you bring in a book, they may or may not be able to put it on their shelves. So, okay. Buy copies of the book and give them away. Give them to your friends, family, business associates. If you liked it, I would think your friends and family and people you know would also like it. So buy the book, give it away. Let the author know, I loved your book so much, I bought an extra copy, several extra copies, and gave them away. I mean, that's, we, as authors, we want to sell the book. We want those royalties to come in, but what really, really makes our heart feel good is when somebody says, your book touched me. When people who have read the almanac tell me, I was struggling with something and I picked up the almanac to check out that day, and there was an article or the scripture or something, it was the solution to what I was struggling with. That just, it's like, okay, I'll do this for absolute free, just because I want to hear stories like that. Use the book as a gift card envelope. Now, okay, we're big on gift cards, right? Because we don't know what to get people. We know people like to pick out their own stuff, and so it's like the guy who does a lot of home improvement stuff, so you would get him a gift card to Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever. Okay, tuck it in a book. Tuck it in a book. It makes a nicer package. It gives them something tangible to keep. And it's okay when you're giving books to people, it's okay for you to put a message in it. Yes, if you know the author and you can get the author to sign them, that's great. I love my autographed by the author books, and I have a stack of them, and those books are keepers. But it's also when you give a book for you to write in it, I want you to have this book because, and date it and sign it. So use books as a gift card envelope. Yes, Wendy.
I do it a lot for kids' birthdays because you don't know what the kid is into, like what toys or character they're into. So I want to encourage reading. So I buy a book and I'll do like a gift certificate to the movies, so that the family can do something of an experience rather than another toy. I love buying books.
Yes, that's a great idea. And again, they have something tangible to keep, something that encourages them to do a good thing like reading, and then they still get their fun thing. They get their gift card. And okay, join the author's launch team. Now, let me tell you what a launch team is. When you're getting ready to publish a book, the launch team is your tribe that helps you promote it. And they're the ones who agree to read the book ahead of time. Usually the authors send that out in digital format because they don't have paper copies yet, but sometimes they will have advanced paper copies. So whatever the author is working with, you get to read it ahead of time, and your commitment to that is promote it on social media, be ready for within a couple of days of the book becoming available online to go on Amazon, go on the other websites, book sales websites, and leave your review, share it on your social media. Authors often do launch parties as part of the launch team. Show up at the launch party. Yes, you've already read the book. Yes, you've left your review. Just be there, whether it's online or in person. Again, that writing, whether it's books or whatever, is very solitary. And we need that connection of people. And authors need readers. They need to know that you're there and you care and that they're touching your life some way. Which takes me to attend the author's events, whether they're live or virtual. And we do more and more virtual events, and it's a double-edged sword with that, because yes, we don't have quite the connection. On the other hand, the virtual events let you pull in people from a much bigger geographic area. The in-person events, again, they're hard to get people to go to, but when an author friend is doing something again, whether it's in person or virtual, and you can be there. I know a lot of people in the chamber went to Christy Norisi. We have to practice saying her last name, just Christy. She has done book launch parties, and she's had great a good job with that, and that's important to do. I'm going to be doing an event in January, and I think it's like the second Saturday. I forgot. Anyway, I will be putting it out on my social media at Walls of Books in Oviedo. And I'll be doing a little presentation on self-publishing and just be there to sign books, and y'all are welcome to come to that. And Walls of Books is a chamber member. So again, when the authors are doing something, support them by being there for them, even though you may have already bought the book, you may have already left the review. Be there. It boosts the energy. If you know of a podcast that it would be good for the author to be on, and you can make either a referral, like, hey, I was listening to this podcast, I don't know the guy, but it seems like they might be able to, use somebody with your expertise. Or if you know the podcast host, make a referral, do an introduction. It's quick email, send it to both of you. Hey, podcaster, I know this author. Hey, author, this is a podcaster that I know. You two should meet each other and do a show together. That helps everybody because it increases the visibility of the book. Podcasters who do podcasts with guests, they're always scrambling for good guests. There's an awful lot of content out there, and it's a lot of work to do those podcasts and to line up your guests and to schedule the interviews. So you're really doing everybody a favor by making that connection. And it just takes a minute. We talked earlier about when someone pops into your mind, call them. All right, if you're listening to a podcast or reading a website and you think, oh, this is a connection that would be valuable, make the connection. It just takes a minute.
Because you're gonna forget.
Yeah.
Do it.
Oh, yeah. Once it's 2 minutes out, it's gone. And finally, and I think this is the most important thing, pray for the authors. We have the Kingdom Authors Group with the U.S. Christian Chamber, and I was talking with them last month and asking for input, ideas for this presentation, and over half of them said, pray for me. I'm working on this decision. I'm at this stage of the process. I just need prayer. So pray for the author that they can, if they're writing, that they can get the book written. If they're marketing, that they have the strength and the creativity and the resources to get the book done. And then pray for their book, because they've got a message. They've got something that God put on their heart to share. And God doesn't do stuff like that for no reason. So help them, help God. We're to be his hands and feet. That's a way to do it. So pray for them. Okay, I am going to remind you that the books are here. And does anybody have any questions?
Yes, the very last thing that you mentioned there, something about the Kingdom Authors Group with the Christian Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, okay. Commercial time here. Okay, Kingdom Authors. We have a group in the U.S. Christian Chamber. We meet once a month. We don't meet at the same time every month. We move it around to help with the availability, and since I coordinate it, I get to pick. And we've only existed, we launched it in September. We will have a meeting on the 15th at 4 o'clock Eastern Time on Zoom, and it's on the Central Florida Christian Chamber website and the U.S. Christian Chamber website. And as long as you are a member of either the U.S. Chamber or a coalition chamber, what we're doing so far is we share who we are, our books, and we talk about what we need. We have reviewed each other's books. Well, not directly because we don't review swap. That's not good. I did a mini presentation last month on something called Amazon A+ content, which is a tool that Amazon offers to help you promote your book. For the agenda for our next meeting is for the individual people to share a tool that they're using in their book publishing. So no cost, just go online, register, and join us on Zoom. Yes?
How long does it take, like, to put something like the Christian Business Almanac together, and what was the thing that really made you know that you needed to do this? I'm sure there was a motive.
Oh, there's a story.
Yeah.
How much time do I have, Joe?
Probably about 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. I won't take the whole 10 minutes to tell this story. I have been a business writer for my professional writing career since the mid-'80s. And I used to write regularly for Entrepreneur Media, which publishes Entrepreneur Magazine. And I wrote like 11 books in their startup business series, and I wrote some other books for their book division. And I got this idea to do the Entrepreneur's Almanac. And I pitched it to my publisher there because I'm thinking they know me, I've written a whole bunch of books for them, and here's this idea. And I'm thinking, for a tool for business people, and to maybe have things that would remind you when your certain tax reports are due and that kind of thing. And he just shot it down. He says, nobody buys those kinds of books. They just don't sell. And he actually liked the title. And he said, you can do the book, but this is what I want. And it's absolutely nothing like this. And I'm like, well, okay, I don't think that'll sell either. But, if you want to pay me to do that book and take the title Entrepreneur's Almanac, I'm good with that. I did it, the book flopped. But this thinking of what I really wanted to do that I thought would have been a good tool for business people kind of kept nagging at me. And then I finally, I don't always listen well the first or second or third time. Anyway, finally I heard God say, you need to do this book and you need to make it my book. And that's when I'm like, okay, it is now the Christian Business Almanac. And I could not have done this without Jerry. We started getting into, well, what's the content going to be? And again, it grew. So there's 366 pages, 366 scriptures and motivational thoughts and prayer prompts, and again, articles that address different aspects of business. There's some pages that have the lyrics from old hymns, because those old hymns are so rich in their lessons. And I interviewed a lot of people for the book, and I took excerpts from other books. Michelle's in the book. So that's how that came to be. And I am working on the Christian Family Almanac, which will be very similar. But Christian Business Almanac, the pages they're packed. You really don't even have a whole lot of space for taking notes. The Family Almanac is going to have more journaling space, still a lot of content. It won't fall into the journal category, but because it's going to have a lot of content. But So that's it. Oh, and related to that, one of the things I'm working on now too is there are topics in the almanac that, because the articles could only be like 250 words long, and some of them really deserve a lot more space. So I'm working on some mini books that take some of the topics that are in the almanac and putting them in a mini book. If you know, it's kind of like if you want to know more, you've got this book. Dawn.
How did your blank book do?
They've sold a few copies. we did a few years ago.
Blank, there's nothing in it.
Yeah, it's a blank, just lined book. A few years ago, we came
That
up.
was hilarious.
It was
Cheeky.
yeah. It started during Donald Trump's first term, and I saw this article that said, you know, in the first year he was in office, there was like 65 books written about him, and I thought, gee, you know, and you know, face it, nobody has a neutral feeling about Donald Trump, right? So we created this book, and the title of it is My Book About Donald Trump, and it's got pictures in it and lined pages, so you can write your own book about Donald Trump.
It's a blank book. I love it.
And so yeah, so we did that, and then this is a funny story too. Somebody said, "Well, you should do one about Joe Biden." I'm like, all right. Well, you know, we do our own productions, so all it took was our time. We did that. Nobody bought it. Not even the person who said I should do it. I mean, the book, it's like I can know this because the book had 0 sales. So, but okay. And then we did a few more. We have my book about Tiger Woods, my book about Meghan and Harry. My book about Dolly Parton, because everybody loves Dolly Parton. Yeah. And so Dolly Parton, you know, so that they're great little stocking stuffers, and they're novelty books. They're, you know, they're like, so it is kind of, yeah. If you've got that way far left liberal friend that you want to needle this Christmas, give them my book about Donald Trump, and yeah. So that's how those do.
Have you ever thought, since you've got the Christian Business Almanac, now you're going to do the Christian Family Almanac, to do the Christian Pastor's Almanac, and the Christian Teacher's Almanac, and so I'm looking at the 7 pillars of how you could branch it into, so like I have a lot of business owners. I gave that as a Christmas gift to the business owner that has everything, and he loved it. And it's like, from a gift perspective, like, hey, you're into the arts, the Christian Artist Almanac, and basically be putting scripture in front of everyone.
Yeah, and I've thought about it. It's not a definite on the plan yet, because the content, it takes an awful lot of time to assemble, and I'd need to do some market research to determine if there really is that market out there that would justify the work that it would take to put together that book. Yeah, Barbara?
Yeah, so thank you for this presentation. It was wonderful. So I have my journals and I also have my book. And I think the hardest part for me is promoting myself, even in my business. Like it's not something that comes natural to me. And so what are your tips for that specifically?
It's hard, because I'm the same way. I have been a ghostwriter, and years ago, one of my ghostwriting clients was getting ready to go on a book tour, and we were on the phone, and he says, doesn't it bother you a little bit that I'm getting ready to go out and do the TV shows and the appearances, and you actually did the work of writing the book? And I said, actually, no, because I'm sitting at my desk. I got on a pair of shorts and a t-shirt and no makeup, and I'm writing another book. I am doing what I love to do. So a lot of writers feel your pain because it's not in our nature. We just don't do that. So the best advice I can give is read some books on book marketing and take 1 or 2 things that you can do that aren't too painful, because I mean most authors will tell you the marketing side is the painful side. And it's like, I went through all of this work and I've got this great book and it's out there and now I'm not done yet.
Well, I see entrepreneurs do the same thing all the time. They have this talent and this vision and this idea, but then they get super weird about shouting it from the rooftops. You know?
Well, we've most of us were taught as children to be modest. Don't toot your own horn.
Especially females.
Yeah, but even little boys, we teach them to don't brag. And the fact is that we have to get out of our comfort zone. I think again you need to do some studying. There's so much you can do online nowadays to promote yourself and market yourself that is a little bit more comfortable than doing a lot of face-to-face stuff. Be very careful about how you spend your money, because there are an awful lot of scams out there that are targeting authors. So it's a good idea, get in a group like Kingdom Authors, before you shell out a ton of money to see, has anybody done this? Do you know what this is? I get emails every day from people wanting to help me promote my books for a fee. No. Yes?
It's crazy, but this year I've been inundated with people trying to promote books. I do advertising.
Mm-hmm.
My wife just wrote a book for memory issues, caregivers. I have a Christian holy powered, and this is really good insight of what I'm learning from you. But we are doing advertising, because that's the problem with social media is you can post all you want, but it's only going to go to a select few. You have to buy advertising.
Yeah, we do Amazon ads.
Okay, yeah.
And
How does that work for you? Explain Amazon ads.
Well, okay. First of all, I'm just, let me think. We're using a company that's managing it for us because I wasn't doing a very good job myself. And they have done a much better job at helping me identify the right keywords to use. It's still not where I want it to be, but we've only been doing it a few months, and we're working. We had a consult last week of where I'm like, okay, for December I'm going to bite the bullet and up my budget, because Amazon ads, I think, bang for your buck, Amazon ads are one of the best things for writers, because other advertising vehicles, they get their money from you, the advertiser. Amazon makes it both ways. They get a little money from the ad, but they also make money when the book sells. So they're really going to focus their, again, the algorithms. We have a love-hate relationship with that word. But when your book is doing well, they're going to your ads are going to perform better. It's a synergy that goes up, and if you want to know more about Amazon ads, because we really don't have time, and I am not an expert, but Amazon itself has a lot of information on their website and a lot of tutorial stuff on how to do Amazon ads. And again, if you're an author, I would recommend it. But before you start spending money on the Amazon ads, be sure your book itself is as optimized as it can possibly be, with a good cover, a good description, good keywords, that A+ content that I mentioned very briefly. Yeah. Sunny.
Isn't it good to do what they call like co-opetition, like where you whatever your book's on, say, okay, you wrote a book on country, okay, living out in the country. To have maybe a country band there in some, like a barbecue restaurant, and have them all working together.
That's a
to
great,
bring people in there.
that's a great marketing, and another thing that authors will do, they'll do email list swaps where, you know, it, again, if your books work together, you know, if you're writing devotionals, you may not want to say, oh yeah, I'll email my list for your sci-fi fantasy, you know, make it blend, but absolutely connect with other authors and see how you can help each other. And get creative. You know, the worst thing that can happen is it isn't going to work and nobody's going to buy the book, and guess where you are right now?
Right there.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to our email list at createteachinspire.com/ss.